Hi everyone. This guy has no oil on his brakes. Hi everyone. My name's Ruben, but my friends call me Ruby. I've been having trouble sitting down and doing any type of creative work lately. Just a busy winter with work, life, weather being really bad doesn't help, and it's just hard to find time to draw or even write. But I know from experience, lots of experience, that it's easy to fall into that trap and just go weeks and months without doing anything. So what better way to trick myself into doing fun stuff than making a drawing challenge for myself? But first, let's catch up. So New York had a blizzard on top of all the other snowstorms we already had, because I feel like everyone in New York is done with the snow and winter, honestly. So yeah, that was not fun. I also had a week from hell getting tattooed, because I did 2 sessions on my back and 1 session on my stomach in the same week. And I gotta say, by the last session, I was pretty done. I regretted all the choices I made in my life, as usual. I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to tattoos. I want to get a lot, and I have a lot, but every time I get one, it's not a fun time for me. I've also been watching lots of Dragon Ball in Portuguese, because that's the way I watched Dragon Ball when I grew up. I tried to watch it in Japanese. It just doesn't work for me. It's just not the same. I really love the Portuguese dubbing. I know they made lots of jokes to make the show a little lighter since there's so much violence.
És mau, vilão, feioso, camelo, pinguim, cabeça de burro, urso, orangotango, rinoceronte, palerma, é o que tu és, chatá.
Yeah, but I've just been watching it, whenever I can. Sometimes when I'm working, sometimes when I'm trying to draw. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun and it just takes me back. The weather started getting better, the sun came out. But yeah, now it's back to being a little cold and rainy, but there's no more snow, hopefully forever. And spring is very, very close. But back to our topic. When I was organizing this challenge for myself, I had this whole thing with pictures of movie scenes, but as I was preparing it, I kind of started to dread it. I feel like drawing pictures can be very intimidating because there's always something to compare it to. I just feel like it's a little unfair almost. If you don't make it really good, you'll go into your head and just say, I can't do this, or I'm just not good at this, I can't reproduce this picture. I don't know. And I'm also going on holiday next week. Normally the weeks before, my head's always a mess. I'm really stressed out at work. I have a lot of stuff to do here to get ready for the trip. I have to leave Alba with friends. So because of all that, I just decided to sit down and just do this little drawing. I just wanted to get this emotion and stress out of me, and I thought I may as well just draw. And I really didn't know what to draw. I wasn't really thinking, so I just got these very thick markers and I just started going at it. This is what came out. I think it looks like that Nicolas Cage meme, but I had a lot of fun doing it, and I really didn't think about what I was doing, which I think is something that I enjoy. But I put it to the side. I still had to do the challenge. Even though I was dreading drawing those pictures, I just sat down and decided to warm up. And as I've been watching Dragon Ball Z, I just, out of nowhere, decided, oh, let me draw this character. This guy with the horns. He works for Frieza. He's super funny, and the dubbing is crazy. But yeah, I just decided to start drawing him. I just sketched him out. I was just having a lot of fun with it. I think it came out really weird. Like, I didn't love it, but again, I was feeling really happy just doing that. So at the last moment I said, what the hell, I'm gonna still do 7 days, and I'm just gonna draw Dragon Ball Z characters. I'm not even gonna make a list of characters. When the time comes every day, I'll just think of one that I wanna do and I'll do it. So this is how it went. So on Monday, I decided to do Frieza. This is the current saga that Dragon Ball's in. This is what I'm watching right now. And I thought it would be kind of perfect. I always love this character. I love how he looks. I think he's so silly and, scary at the same time. And I just love that he transforms a lot. I just decided to do a close-up of his face, and I kind of wanted to change the face a little bit. So I kind of messed with the shape of his face a little bit, but not too much. I still want it to be recognizable. And yeah, this was the first one, and I just had a lot of fun doing it, and I was really happy with the result. And I thought, for sure, I'm on the right track. On Tuesday, I knew what I wanted to draw. I love this character. I don't even know his name. His name is only listed as Ghost Husher. Eventually, I will want to get him tattooed on me because Yeah, I just love his design. He's not even an important character at all. He's just kind of silly. He's like a ghost with a Chinese hat. I believe it's Chinese or Japanese maybe. He just looks funny, acts funny. So I tried to make him a little different. Kind of wanted to give it my own twist. So I just made him a little bit more stressed out. I don't think these are the right colors for him, but I wasn't thinking too much about the colors. I kind of wanted to pick the colors that I liked. I always picked the pens that I wanted to use, and they would be close to the character, but I didn't want to overthink it. I just wanted to have fun. I didn't love the design, I gotta be honest. I think I could have done something a bit better, something that felt a little bit more personal, but at the same time I think it's really funny. I'm not overthinking it. On Wednesday, I was kind of struggling with which character do I do now. Do I go for the big characters? Do I go for my favorite characters, which I don't even know, I just love all of them. And then I kind of thought, why don't I pick the underdogs, you know? The ones that don't have a lot of airtime. So I picked the martial arts tournament announcer. Couldn't find his name either. He's just listed as announcer, which makes sense. So I just wanted to do kind of a close-up of him with a microphone. I thought I went a little too silly on his mouth. It ended up looking kind of odd. I wish I made the mouth a little bigger. But at the same time, I felt that it was becoming too close to the original characters. So I was just thinking about that, and I wanted to take it to the next day in order to do something a little bit different. If you're interested in what I've been reading, watching, or listening, make sure to stick around until the end and check out my latest recommendations. And while you're here, you could like and subscribe. That's cool, right? And if you have any questions at all about what I'm doing, things I use, any recommendations, whatever you think, please leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But let's go back to the challenge. So with that in mind, from the previous day, wanting to do something a little bit different, I think I failed. On Thursday, I picked Chaozu, but I really like this character. He's always been so weird. I just like the weird characters, honestly. But I think in the end, it was probably a bad choice just because his design is very simple, even though amazing. So yeah, I tried to make it a little bit different. I ended up making his face a little bit too narrow. I tried to give him crazy eyes, but in the end I wasn't super happy with the result. But it's fine, just learning and trying different stuff. As long as I keep going with the challenge, that's really all I care about. And then on Friday, I drew one of my favorites, Piccolo, King Piccolo, Piccolo Jr. I'm really not sure. In Portuguese, his name is something like Little Heart of Satan. I don't know how to explain it, it's funny. This really tough alien green guy. Maybe they had to give him a funny name just to balance out the violence. I feel like Piccolo and Goku are Gohan's two dads, because in the world of Dragon Ball, I feel like they were the ones who actually raised him through fighting, which is not really great. And then Chi-Chi raised him after, told him to go to school. That was good, but what's he gonna do? This guy's gonna fight forever. This guy's not gonna have a job, he's Goku's son. Anyways, back to Piccolo. Again, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I thought I achieved that with him. I tried to change his face a little bit. At the same time, I feel like the style I was going for was a bit more wonky, weird, and I ended up making it, I don't want to say too good because that's not what I mean, like too close to the original maybe? I'm not sure, but I was really happy with this one. And then on Saturday, I was just really tired for the week. I didn't want to stop the challenge, but I decided to do this one of Boo. I don't know how you call this Boo because they're all called Boo. Boo number 1, the first Boo that appears. And yeah, I just love him. It's just funny, goofy, extremely evil. He just transforms everyone from planet Earth into candy and eats them. That's like the most evil thing I've ever heard of. It's worse than Thanos. But yeah, since I wanted to do this design already and I was really tired, I didn't want it to take too long. I just did this like face in the middle, you know, and then just painted everything pink. And I really like it. I think it's, you know, maybe not the most original thing, but I was really happy with the results and I think it looks super nice. I'll probably put it somewhere. And then Sunday, the last day of the challenge, I was happy that I did it every day and I was able to commit to this challenge and really get it done. So I decided to end the challenge with Shu. He's like Pilaf's henchman, this like fox ninja little guy. Very funny. But yeah, I just thought it was funny and I wanted to do something animal related, which I didn't do. And there's so many animal people in Dragon Ball. And yeah, I was also really happy with this one. I think it took me a little while to get to the drawing like I wanted to. And I was really happy overall that I was able to do this whole week of drawings. So what did I learn in the end? Basically, thinking about it too much, I think it's a creativity killer. I feel like that's my whole life of trying to draw, just overthinking it. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it? And then not really doing it at all. And as far as my original challenge goes, reproducing stuff is not a bad thing. I think it's good for learning. It's good to improve your skills, improve the way you draw bodies or scenes. But reproducing something and trying to make it your own, I think will be very limiting. But maybe this is just me. If you think you're good at it, that's awesome. But I don't think I'm good at it. But for me, drawing from your mind and from your soul, I think it's very liberating and super fun, because the moment I start thinking too much about it, that's when I kind of F it up. But as soon as I try to turn off my mind and just try to do something, just start with something simple, it just comes to me. And that's the beauty of sketches, you can erase them, you can redraw your lines until you're at a point that you really like, or you can go nuts and just go straight with a marker or with a black pen. Who cares? You just need to do whatever feels right for you. Because getting out of your head and just letting your hand and your creativity do the work, so far it's the best form of creating that I've ever experienced. So as far as video games, I've been playing this game called The Callisto Protocol. I actually finished it. It's by the same guys that did Dead Space, and I'm kind of in this like horror game kind of thing. I knew the reviews are bad, but honestly I didn't know it was that bad. I mean, it's fine, but I feel like nothing really happened in the game. It ended and I was like, okay, this is the end. I thought I was like halfway through it or something. Yeah, not a great game. Maybe I'll replay it again one day, but for now, I kind of want to forget about it. I've also been listening to this record a lot. It's called Blending by High Vis. They're a band from London, I think. I've seen them live a couple of times and they're really great. The best way to describe them would be the Oasis of hardcore, I guess. Even though it's not really hardcore, it's more rock inclined, but their shows are really awesome. The lead singer has a great energy, kind of violent energy, but that's just like hardcore energy. This album is great and their new album is amazing as well, so if you can, have a listen. I think it's really good. As far as movies, I've been watching a bunch, and I watched this like Irish movie called Bring Them Down, which is basically about sheep herding in Ireland. It's a movie about isolation and what isolation does to you. But I think it's great. The story is great. You can see the story by these two perspectives. I don't want to say too much, but definitely watch it. I also rewatched 24-Hour Party People. I love this movie. I've watched it many times when I was younger. I love the main character, which is like this goofy, kind of unlikable guy who at the same time is kind of likable and did so much for the Manchester music scene. Joy Division, New Order, like all those guys started there and were kind of brought up because of this guy and his TV show. I don't know, the movie is really nice. I just really like it. I also saw 28 Years Later. I rewatched it actually at home. I saw it in the theater, but I was not too happy with it for some reason. Kind of imagined something else for the movie, but I rewatched it again and actually thought it was really good. And I'm excited to watch the sequel. I think it will be awesome. I also saw two movies about stop motion. Well, one about stop motion, the other is a stop motion movie. The movie about stop motion is called Stop Motion, but it's a horror movie about this lady who does stop motion for a living. Basically her descent into madness while doing her own thing. I don't know, it's so weird, but I loved it. I thought it was one of the best slow burn horror movies I've ever seen, and it was so gross. It was disgusting. If you like this type of thing, please go watch it. And I then watched The Mad God by Phil Tippett, the guy who did all those old school practical effects like Star Wars, Clash of the Titans. Yeah, I have mixed reviews about this movie. I thought visually it was amazing. It was just beautiful and disgusting at the same time. But story-wise, there wasn't much there, which kind of made the movie a little frustrating to watch. It's kind of hard to follow. It's cool looking, but what am I even looking at, I don't know. If you like stop motion, I think you should watch it. Story-wise, it is a harder watch. And I've been looking at this book a lot. I got it last year. It's by this Spanish artist called Manuel Donada, and he just does these amazing, like, doll-looking figures. I don't even know if this is a story or not. I haven't been reading anything. I've just been looking at the pictures because the pictures are amazing. He does a lot of Doraemons, and I love Doraemon. But yeah, they're kind of nasty, kind of anime-inspired. I love his style. His style is just amazing. I've followed him for a while, but, you know, I was really happy that I got this book. You can also follow me on Instagram, where I will post some of the work I do in these videos. And if you like my movie recommendations, also follow me on Letterboxd. I review every movie I watch, and I watch way more movies than I put in these videos. Thanks for stopping by, and see you soon.